So Tuesday, I went from the happiest I'd been in months to almost in tears, all before lunchtime. And it wasn't even a bad day, really. It just had layers. Have you ever had one of those days where your emotions just don't line up neatly with anything? Where you're buzzing one minute and completely flat the next? That was my Tuesday. And it actually taught me something about how we talk about big feelings in English, because happy and sad don't even come close to covering it. So, Tuesday morning, I get an email. Out of nowhere, this opportunity I'd applied for months ago, something I'd honestly given up hope on, came through. And I mean, I was over the moon. Like, dancing around the kitchen, calling my mom immediately, kind of happy. I hadn't felt like that in ages, and I remember thinking, okay, today is going to be a good day. So I go to meet a friend for lunch, buzzing, ready to tell her the news. And she's quiet. A bit off. And I ask her what's wrong, and she just says it straight out, she's moving. Not down the road, not to the next city. Abroad. For good, basically. And, honestly, it hit me like a train. I wasn't expecting it, not even slightly, and one minute I'm this happy, and the next I've got this massive lump in my throat, trying not to cry in the middle of a cafe. And the thing is, I was still happy about my own news. That hadn't gone away. But I was also completely torn up about her leaving, and it's strange, isn't it, how two enormous feelings can just sit there at the same time, not canceling each other out, just both true at once. By the time I got home that evening, I sat down and thought, honestly, what an emotional roller coaster that was. Up, down, up again, all in the space of about 6 hours. And I remember thinking, we really don't have enough words for this. We say, I'm happy, we say, I'm sad, and neither of those even scratches the surface of what an actual day, an actual real day, can hold. Which, looking back, is exactly why I think it's so important to have more than just the basic words for how we feel. Because life isn't simple. It's not one emotion at a time. It's usually about 4 of them, all shouting over each other. Let's pull these apart, 5 phrases from that story that'll make your English sound so much more natural. First, over the moon. This means extremely happy about something. For example, she was over the moon when she found out she got the job. Second, hit someone like a train. This means something affects you suddenly and powerfully, usually emotionally. For example, the news of his retirement hit the whole team like a train. Third, a lump in your throat. This is the tight feeling in your throat when you're trying not to cry. For example, I got a lump in my throat during the wedding speech. Fourth, torn up about something. This means feeling very sad or upset about a situation. For example, she's still torn up about the argument with her sister. Fifth, an emotional roller coaster. This means a period of time with rapid, intense ups and downs in feeling. For example, this whole year has been an emotional roller coaster for our family. Now let's practice. Here's a short passage using today's phrases at natural speed. I was over the moon about the good news. Then some bad news hit me like a train. I actually got a lump in my throat trying not to cry. I was still torn up about it hours later. Honestly, the whole day was an emotional roller coaster. Some days just don't fit into one simple feeling. And that's completely normal. And now a little slower so you can repeat each sentence out loud after me. I was over the moon about the good news. Then some bad news hit me like a train. I actually got a lump in my throat trying not to cry. I was still torn up about it hours later. Honestly, the whole day was an emotional roller coaster. Some days just don't fit into one simple feeling. And that's completely normal. Now, if you've ever tried to explain a complicated feeling in English and just ended up saying, it's complicated, next episode, we're covering exactly that. The phrases native speakers use when one word just isn't enough. See you there.